Coming up on the 24th edition of Lubbock ISD Today, it's Youth Art Month, and our talented artists have their hard work on display.
This is always a very special month. I'm proud of my students, I'm proud of my co-workers, and it is always just a fun time to celebrate art in Lubbock.
A glow party? The Evans Eagles had their 7th graders do a really fun party as they geared up for district assessments. Plus, we showcase a family game night and the benefits of it at Ramirez Elementary.
To encourage parents to take moments to play and teach their kids how to negotiate play and how to win and how to lose.
This is how we play. Are you ready?
In the world of sports, our superstar Lady Plainsman is up for another big award.
Aaliyah Chavez in transition, 3-on-1. Can she finish? She does.
Was that even a question?
It was 3-on-1. The odds shouldn't be in your favor right there, right?
All this and more coming up on the 24th edition of your favorite show, Lubbock ISD Today.
Welcome to Lubbock ISD Today.
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 Hello and welcome to the 24th episode of Lubbock ISD Today. I'm Hannah Gilchrist and we're so glad that you're here, and we can't wait to show you everything that we have to offer this week. Of course, March is Youth Art Month, and this month-long celebration started back in 1961, and it exists to recognize art education as a viable factor in the total education curricular that develops citizens of a global society. Currently, our students' masterpieces are in the Lubbock Municipal Garden and Art Center and can be seen all month long.
Okay, Youth Art Month is something that we gear up for all year. We start on day one, building projects, planning projects, creating projects that we know are going to land on Youth Art Month. So it's a fun time for us teachers, a fun time for the students. As you can see around the room, there is a bunch of great artwork, so it's always a really good time. And some of us are planning big art days, so yes, it's a great month to celebrate the arts.
The exhibit is free and will be open until April 1st. And over at Ramirez Elementary, students celebrated reaching their goal for the Kids Heart Challenge. They had their parents come and join their child in rope jumping activities, but the highlight of the day was that it was Slime Day. They had one coach get slimed as well as a mystery guest being slimed on that day in recognition of the Rams reaching their goal in the Kids Heart Challenge. And sticking at Ramirez, they recently hosted a family game night, and as our Siriu Laura is about to show us, there is some serious learning happening on family game night.
We had the idea of hosting a game night to encourage parents to take moments to play and teach their kids how to negotiate play and how to win and how to lose.
So this is how we play. Are you ready?
Personally, I think that the bingo is really fun because it pushes you to want to win more.
And so games are a great way to take a moment from all of the stress and rigor of the day and spend that time one-on-one with your kids. Fun events for our families to raise money so that we can support teachers and staff at Ramirez Elementary.
My favorite part is probably having my friends around because they just support me, you know?
Such an enjoyable night. And speaking of enjoyable, well, as enjoyable as it can be, students at Evans Middle School were preparing for their district assessments in a unique way. They had a glow party, and the Eagle students were all in on it too. This one-of-a-kind learning experience had the students engaged and excited for their district assessments. We hope they did well, and everyone else that had to take a district assessment as well. And over at McKenzie, they hosted a sweet event, Donuts with Grown-Ups. The Raiders invited all grandparents, parents, family members, and guardians to eat donuts in the library with their McKenzie Scholar. This is one of the many things that McKenzie does to include their families and their students' education. Did those donuts look good or what? But after all of this, we touch base with some other things over at Social Media Today. The new segment is really taking off. And so without further ado, Jaden, what do you have for us?
And with that, welcome into Social Media Today. We have searched the internet and found some gems. And so now, let's show you the great things our schools have posted on the internet. Roof, roof! The life of a Lubbock ISD Muttley crew member has to be fun, especially when students spend their day reading outside. March is Music in Our Schools Month, and all of our schools posted how significant musical education is in all of our schools. Thank you to all of our musically talented teachers in our district for making an impact every day. What a whimsical world to explore. At Honey Elementary, the Bears had a blast dressing up and diving into Dr. Seuss books. And speaking of books, we celebrated the books that inspired our students to dream big, expand their limits of understanding, and explore diverse perspectives and cultures through the eyes of others, as we celebrated Read Across America Day. And way to go, ladies, the Lubbock High softball team went a perfect 5-0 in the North Crawley tournament. They played some great competition, and just a few games before district play starts, they look to keep the momentum. And finally, we are so proud of our middle school track and field students. They had their first meet last week, and they performed with heart and demonstrated amazing sportsmanship. Great work, everyone. And that's your look at round 1 of Social Media Today. Stay tuned for another round coming soon. But until then, Hannah, back to you.
I can't wait to hear more from you later on in the show, Jaden, but we'll have to take a break. So coming your way soon, we head on over to gameplay. Our baseball players are in a huge tournament. We get into that coming up. But first, we share more of our stories from STN preparations. So stay tuned and we'll be back after this break.
LISD TV will return after this short break.
James doesn't know it yet, but he's the next big model. Maybe not that type of model, but when you see it, you see it. I guess James is learning how to be on camera in more ways than one.
Every week here at this station, we have special days, like Friday is show day. But Tuesdays have taken on its own special meaning.
All right, everyone, get a tie. It's Tie Tuesday.
Mr. Ward is all about teaching life skills, but for some students, it gets them all tied up in knots. While for others, it's gotten a little excessive.
I started a tie collection, but things got a little excessive.
Hey, that is terrific.
These puns are terrible, but at least we're ready for our future interviews.
Lincoln wears his headphones a lot, and I kind of wonder what kind of music he's listening to.
You're right. I wonder what he's listening to.
Heavy metal?
Rock?
Check it out, it's time to rock, it's time to rock.
Oh, what if he likes indie music?
Or country?
I'm just a country boy from Tennessee.
Rap?
Maybe we should just go ask him ourselves.
I don't see why not. Hey Lincoln, what are you listening to?
Barbie girl.
I'm a boss. This is my glory. I'ma do it right. All day long. Uno, dos, tres.
Welcome into our last show before spring break. At the desk, we have Hannah Gilchrist. Weather with Rainin Ford. Sports with Jaden Gonzalez. Tuned in with Dilly Trevino. And social media today with Jaden Eaton. Now, let's get back into the 24th episode of Lubbock ISD Today.
Hello and welcome back. Right now, we are gearing up for the Student Television Network Convention, where over 3,000 students from across the country in similar classes to this go off and compete. It's kind of stressful, but we are ready to compete. And today, we continue to showcase some of our work in preparation. And up first, we have Elena Lucero's Nap Pack with the theme of Rhythm on the Streets.
Like, I can go anywhere, like, anytime I want to. Like, anywhere, like, McDonald's or, like, Sonic or something.
And going to go wherever I want, going to my friend's house whenever I want.
It's easy to get places, easy to get around.
Definitely the gym or going to the golf course.
I like Bubba's by the mall.
My grandma says.
Walmart.
Anywhere in town, just driving around, you know. I really just enjoy it. It's kind of calming, you know what I mean? It's just peaceful.
Fun, not scary. I don't know. I just like to go fast.
At first, maybe it was a little scary, and then it's gotten more fun the more I've learned how to drive.
You get to go fast. Yeah, on the highway, right?
Going fast.
I drive a Nissan 2022.
Dodge Challenger.
GMC truck.
A Nissan.
I drive a 2012 Dodge Challenger.
Elena did so good there, and I can't wait to see her shine in California. You know, in today's world, we are always on our phones or on some kind of device, and as Alana Patrick is about to share with us, there are some troubling numbers behind social media addiction.
It's not over till you're over me.
And finally, I was tasked to do a commentary piece. A commentary piece is opinion and facts driven, and I had the prompt of, how do news stations reach my generation? They're future news watchers. Let's take a look. Cable TV is on life support, with about 5 million people abandoning cable TV every year. So what does this mean for local news stations that primarily broadcast through satellite? Well, in recent years, broadcast networks have had increasingly low viewership, but it's not because global or national or local news has lessened in importance, but because networks have yet to adapt to their new audience. There's a simple way for broadcast networks to be taken off of life support without compromising the quality of their news, and it starts with this. Firstly, news networks need to rethink their perception of how news is being consumed. For example, 9 times out of 10, younger users aren't pulling up the homepage of a news website, but rather bumping into the news via social media platforms. Younger users are looking for visual attention grabbers that prompt users to share the story with friends and family. Or maybe your audience listens to a podcast to catch up on their daily news. Many Americans have switched from putting on morning cable news in the background while they get ready for work or school to listening to a podcast. Streaming services and social media platforms like Spotify Podcasts, YouTube Live, and even TikTok Live now have a few things in common that appeal to younger audiences. They are easily accessible, free, and easy to navigate. If you know your audience is used to the social media platform layout, set up your local news app and website in a similar way. Also think about brevity. How can I make sure my audience catches up quickly and efficiently? And how can I use common and conversational language to tell my story? So the best way to increase local news viewership is to adapt for your younger generation. I'm Hannah Gilchrist with Lubbock ISD TV. And we leave for the Student Television Network convention on Wednesday of spring break. We will share our results on next week's show. Well, it's that time again. Jaden Eaton is here to tell us more about the great goings-on of our district. It's all yours, Jaden.
Yes, ma'am. We are back with round 2 of social media today as we showcase the positive things happening around our school district that were posted on the internet. Let's get it. Learning about texture. The art students at Nat Williams took full advantage of the beautiful weather as they used different surfaces to make art with textures. And we want to say thank you to all of our custodians across the district. At Dunbar College Prep, they celebrated their custodians by saying thank you for your service to keep our schools clean and always ready for students and staff. And the Mac Raiders Rise, they turned their library from a quiet place to check out books to a makerspace and learning commons, where the creativity and learning went hand in hand. Over at Stewart, these pre-K littles have made a promise to recreate this cute photo we can't wait to see. No one is better than you. At OL Slayton, Mr. Amber's U.S. History class was popping with success. What a fun event for our Knights. Protecting our future, the Estacado Junior ROTC had their military ball this past week. They are super proud of the cadets and the awards that they were presented with. Great work by the Mats. And finally, the deadline has been extended. Please take a few minutes of your time to complete this survey. Your voice matters, and so we would love to hear from you in our family. Engagement survey. And that's your look at social media today. We hope you have a tremendous spring break. Remember to rest and restore your mind because all of us are ready to shine in the final 9 weeks of school. Hannah, back to you.
Giving yourself time to rest will allow you to recharge. Great advice, Jaden. And now let's toss it over to Dilly Trevino as he tunes us in. Dilly, what do you have for us today?
Thanks, Hannah, and welcome to Tune In, where we focus in on the weird and unusual events from around the world. So are you ready? Let's get tuned in. Prop auction will have hardcore Star Wars fans bellowing, "Bring me the head of C-3PO." That's because Anthony Daniels, the actor behind the famous droid, is selling said head in a Hollywood memorabilia auction. The golden mask which Daniels wore while filming The Return of the Jedi is expected to go anywhere from between $500,000 to $1 million. So only the hardest of hardcore Star Wars nerds with money to burn and penchant for decapitated droids need apply. It was horses on a highway that caused a stir from interstate drivers in Ohio. Cleveland police say a pair of police horses from their mountain unit escaped their stables and went from an unstable joyride of sort down crowded 190. Officials say that the show of horsepower was short-lived and the pair were eventually rounded up. Any injuries? According to the Ohio Department of Transportation, nay. Here's some crazy caught on cam video out of Texas after police responded to reports of a herd of goats that got loose and then got moving. I feel like this story deserves a little bit of a punometer, don't you? I know what you're thinking. You've got to be kidding me. Here we go. After the herd, which was hired to clear weeds, went on the lamb, Arlington police responded and weren't sheepish, instead taking the bull by the horns. And rounding up the silly billies without further incident, they didn't even need to use their battering ram. You heard it there first. 5, 6, 7, not bad. Hey, that counts too. And for one big moving sting to one sneaky stationary and STEM star worthy of a whiff, that's according to the California Academy of Sciences, who say for the first time ever, they have a rare blooming corpse flower stinking out the joint. These exotic rainforest plants can grow 7 feet tall at the peak of their reek. They bloom only once every few years, but when they do, it's fast and funky.
People say garlic, sweaty feet, rotten flesh. I actually kind of thought it smelled a little bit like a porta potty, like a collection of scents.
Ooh, who's hungry? And that's your look at Tuned In. We hope everyone has a wonderful spring break. I'll send it back over to you, Hannah.
Oh, that is so gross. I'm glad that I have never run across one of those. But here locally, the trees are blooming. The weather has been nice and it has felt like spring. But will it stay that way for spring break? Raynon, what are you seeing in the forecast today?
Well, Hannah, things look to be promising, and we'll get into that in a second. Today is March 8th, and here is our current forecast. It's a windy one today, with temps hovering around the mid-50s. We have seen sky by partly cloudy, but when nighttime falls, just every night temp will drop, and we will be close to freezing. For our weekend forecast, for the 9th and 10th Saturday, we'll see an abundance of sun. It will warm up just a bit from today, but the biggest warming trend happens from Saturday to Sunday. Sunday will be a warm 67 degrees with cloud coverage coming your way from time to time. Now, let's get right into our 7-day forecast. The warming trend will continue from Sunday into the rest of the week. As we reach close to 80 degrees on Wednesday, we will have mostly sunny to partly skies on and off throughout the week. But Friday is a day to keep an eye on. As of right now, we are a week out from that Friday, but they are forecasting a 60% chance of rain that day. And I know our blooming plants will love that. And then our final weekend before we come back from break, I am calling this our extended forecast for that Saturday and Sunday. The Weather Channel is calling for another spring-like day. Both days will be generally sunny and perfect temps to get outdoors. And so, Hannah, it appears that the good weather will stick around for spring break.
You love to hear that. Thanks so much, Rainen, for the weather. Now, let's take our mind off of that and take a quick break. And so when we return, we time out with Mr. Ward. What does he have for us this week? We'll see and just have to wait. But first we head on over to gameplay. Aaliyah Chavez continues to bring in more awards, but this time from Naismith Hall of Fame. We will have all the details when we come back right after this.
With Lubbock ISD TV, our fans can always check out the highlights of all of our shows and sports broadcasts by following our social media. Superfans can even get more access by watching live streams, video on demand, and more on our website and the Lubbock ISD YouTube channel. And for the fanatics who still can't get enough of Lubbock ISD TV, we have uncut footage of Rainen punching buttons on the director's board just for you. Keep up to date with all the things Lubbock ISD TV on all of our platforms.
Wait, how long have you been here?
Here in the afternoon class, we do everything pretty well. And honestly, I don't know how Sarah always keeps her composure.
Hey, I'm gonna go get something off the printer really quick.
Okay. Wow, I wonder how she can keep her calm.
This is bad. This is very, very bad. This is gonna blow up and be terrible. Okay, I need to work out.
But I guess we'll never really know what goes on inside of her head. Yeah, that's worse than I thought.
This year we challenged our audio engineers to not be audio muters, but rather audio mixers. But we didn't know how much it was going to change the job.
Puppets are in. Was everything go live?
Yeah. Watch out, we might have the next generation of audio engineers.
Hello everyone, welcome to sports. I'm Jaden Gonzalez, a senior at Coronado High School. They say champions do things that others won't, so they can have things others don't. And once again, our Monterey superstar, Aaliyah Chavez, finds herself another prestigious award this time. She was named to the Jersey Mike's Naismith High School Girls Basketball All-American team. Chavez led the country in many statistics this year, and this was the first team award was definitely earned. Sticking to the hardwood, all of our team seasons ended just a few weeks ago, but before the season ended, our own Jaden Eaton captured a hype video for our Estacado Matadors. Let's take a look at what he submitted for his STN student choice. Love the edit by my fellow Jaden. And happening right now, baseball players from across the city are taking part in the 41st Annual First Bank Classic. This tournament is hosted by our great sports administration team and will go from March 7th through the 9th. This tournament will feature teams from all over the state, and so you really want to check it out. Of course, we will start our baseball coverage in late March, but Hannah, crazy to think that after this tournament, district play starts for our teams.
That's right, and wasn't there some Lubbock High signings this week?
Yes, Keegan Davis, Josh Coleman, and Jaylee Hernandez signed. Sadly, we couldn't make it, but we wanted to give a shout out to them.
There it is. Thank you for sports, Jaden.
You got it.
And still to come on this edition of Lubbock ISD Today, we end the show with Mr. Ward, as he calls a timeout. So stick with us as we wrap up the show, right back after this short break.
Every holiday break, Alana's always in Vegas. And every time she comes back, there's something a little different about her.
Okay, we got a doubleheader tonight, a basketball game. Who's coming?
Ooh, I can't. I'm going to Vegas. I got 50 on Lincoln. Lincoln, 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 Lincoln!
We don't know at what point we should be concerned about her.
I can't lose money. Come on. No. Come on. No! I lost everything.
Gambling issue? You can get help. Call today.
I'm really excited. We're gonna work on our first LAISD Today show. It's gonna be super good. I'm so excited to work with everybody. Everybody's gonna do awesome.
The show starts in 5 minutes. Hurry up! Faster, faster! Come on, go! Turn back and forth. You jump over, you idiot!
You know what? If Dilly's gonna yell at us, let's go check out the script he's been working on.
Yeah. Only 5 words?
I can explain. I only had...
Welcome to Lubbock ISD Today! Welcome back to the final part of episode 24 of Lubbock ISD Today. It's already been a jam-packed week, but we are going to end the show as we normally would with Mr. Ward. Take it away.
Thanks so much, Hannah. This week on Time Out with Mr. Ward, we time out to say, wow, we are 3/4 of the way done with the school year, and I want to brag about our students that bring you this show every single week. This week we challenged them to turn an STN story or a creative video, and every one of them stepped up to the challenge. Of course, you saw a few of them today, but the fact of the day is that we had less than a week to get them done, and they got it done. On top of that, our students have now produced 24 30-minute newscasts and multiple episodes of our podcast show. What I guess I'm trying to say is our students, rather your students, know when it's time to button up and get to work. These young adults have great work ethic, and as we all know, a work ethic and the skills that they have are going to take them far, far in life. Now it's me, Mr. Ward, timing out only on Lubbock ISD Today. I'll send it back to Hannah at the desk.
Thanks, Mr. Ward. We are all proud to be a part of this show, and I think it shows in our work. And before we wrap up the show, Rainin Ford joins us now with our final check of the weather. You know, Rainin, we all think of spring break, of sunshines and times outdoors. Does it appear that we can have that kind of spring break this week?
Well, Hannah, we have all different types of weather this week, and so whatever your outdoor taste is, we have it in store. In our 7-day forecast, starting the 10th of March, that Saturday will be kind of chilly, but we will see the temperatures rise. Friday the 15th is a day to keep an eye on, as we will have a solid chance of rain that day, specifically in the morning hours. But mostly sunny days ahead for us in the spring break forecast.
Warm days ahead, I can get used to that. But sadly, that is going to do it for today's show. The afternoon class will be back after the spring break to share more amazing things and opportunities. Only on Lubbock ISD Today.
Technical Director, Siriu Laura. Audio Engineer, Jaden Gonzalez. Floor Director, Daniel Ball. And Pro Presenter Operator, Aaron Gulick. At the desk, we have Hannah Gilchrist. Weather with Rainin Ford. Sports with Jaden Gonzalez. Tuned in with Dilly Trevino. And Social Media Today with Jaden Eaton.
This has been a production of the students and staff at Lubbock ISD TV.
You know, it's no secret that we are extremely lucky to have everything we do here at Lubbock ISD TV, but we want to take a moment and pause to say thank you. Thank you for watching student-produced television right here on Lubbock ISD TV.